Welcome back to Nancy Unfiltered. Tonight we're tackling a topic everyone thinks they understand, but almost no one actually does. It's going to be about our identity. Who you are, it just isn't a checklist. It's not a series of boxes you check off to impress people or a resume, of cool traits that you earn points in life. So we're going to go into a little deep dive about identity. Your identity is messy, contradictory, unpredictable, and occasionally hilarious. We all fit into a role that doesn't have to be the good person or the good girl when we were younger or the good boy. We can let our little bat out, and it doesn't mean it has to be criminally bad or anything. And like kids or pets, your identity doesn't need permission to exist. Tonight, I'm going to help you untangle your own chaos, laugh at your past mistakes, and maybe start feeling a little bit more like yourself. So, people spend their whole lives trying to figure themselves out, as if there's a manual tucked under a rock somewhere. Spoiler, there is not. Identity isn't a single destination, it's a continuous process of discovering yourself. Just discovery. Think about when you were a kid, right? You wanted to be an astronaut, an actress, a singer, a chef, a gymnast in the Olympics, a superhero, a doctor, and sometimes simultaneously. And that's exactly the point. Our interests, our quirks, the passions that aren't neat. Adults who insist on a tidy identity are lying to themselves. That's called a facade, honey. Humor comes in when you realize that trying to look cool often means ignoring the parts of yourself that are weird, messy, or too loud that you need to love about yourself. And if other people don't love it, that's okay. Other people will. That's why toddlers throwing tantrums while wearing a tutu are better at authenticity than most adults in a boardroom. Your quirks are your identity. Those little things that make you you. Those are someone Sorry about that. I had a little breach in the internet connection there. Example. So someone who talks to plants and swears they respond might just get judged. But they also understand rhythm, attention, and they care better than a person glued to their dang telephone. There's always positives and good attributes with things that are quirky, and I love quirky. Another example, a kid insists their stuffed animal needs therapy before bedtime is showing empathy and a chaotic but brilliant imagination. They could be a doctor someday. Goodness gracious. I want you to laugh at these contradictions because they are the essence of being human. You cannot be fully normal and authentic at the same time. And thank God for that. Society, friends, family, and Instagram, they all want to define you. The media, even what you look at in magazines and on TV, the rap music videos, whatever. But they're not you. The pressure to conform, to hit milestones, or to perform identity in a socially acceptable way, it's relentless. Story about a friend. They became a fitness guru online, right? Preaching routines they hated because it looked right. Off camera, you know what they did? They cried over cheese fries. Imagine a cat wearing a tie because humans said it's professional. That's identity coercion at its finest. Just saying. So your real self is messy. It's unpredictable. It's bad to the bone, and sometimes unphotogenic, and that's good. That's okay. Accepting that frees you from performing someone else's story. Probably conditioning growing up in a drama triangle home. So, practical steps to find and own yourself. One of the things I would definitely suggest is journal, but don't censor it. Write your thoughts, your weird dreams, your absurd fears. See patterns emerge. Two, experiment. Try hobbies or styles that intrigue you. You might fail, but failure is how identity flexes. And that's how it grows. Three, observe yourself. Notice what makes you cry, laugh, or even roll your eyes. That's your internal compass. Natural, all natural. Number four, laugh at yourself. Humor is the best shield against identity shame. A person tried adult ballet classes, right? Awkward, sweaty, hilarious, and learned something about, though, resilience, getting back up, bouncing back up, and self expression in the process. Identity is alive. You grow, shift, and evolve. You are allowed to pivot. You are allowed to pivot now outside of shame. Kids and pets remind us not to take ourselves too seriously. A child wearing a cape and tutu while arguing with a dog about their imaginary kingdom. Iconic. I love it. I freaking love it. Your identity experiences should feel like that. Chaotic, fun, and a little absurd. Try new things. Fail spectacularly. Laugh. And then repeat them again. Maybe in a different way, maybe in the same way, whatever floats your natural boat. People over 30 switching careers, trying improv classes, dating apps, or even just growing a ridiculous beard to see how people laugh, react. All small experiments, in identity. Your identity, like I said, it isn't a checklist or a trophy case. It's your chaos, your quirks, your contradictions. All the things that make you laugh, cry, and occasionally question reality. Embrace it and fail spectacularly. But while you're doing it, observe the absurdity of yourself, like you observe a child or a pet without judgment, with curiosity, and with a lot of humor. So the next episode, you guys, this is the end of today's. We're stepping into a world of people watching like a pro, observing interactions and understanding patterns in strangers, all while laughing at how ridiculous humans can be. Thank you for joining Nancy News Show at the Twisted Edition, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.